Hi everybody, welcome back. It looks like it's going to be another beautiful fall day today. Now every time that my Ron and I go to an Italian restaurant, I almost always order lasagna. Lasagna's got all the flavors that I love, like that ricotta cheese and the basil and everything in it. It's one of my favorites. Now a lot of people think that making lasagna is a lot of work with a lot of dirty dishes. Well, today I'm going to be making a delicious lasagna soup. Same traditional flavor, all in one pot. And it doesn't get better than that. And I'm going to show you how to make it step by step. Now I've got this pot nice and hot, and I'm going to add 1 pound of 8515 ground beef. And I have half a pound of Italian sausage. And I'm going to set it in place. I'm going to break it up. And then I'm going to let it get a little golden brown before I start tossing it around. Very easy. Now I'm going to add some salt and pepper. You want to be careful with the salt. You don't want to overdo it. But I'm going to add just a little salt up here. And then I will be adjusting a little later. You can put in as much as you want. And some freshly ground black pepper. And I've got 1 teaspoon of onion powder. This is going to give our meat a delicious flavor. Now I'm just going to let it get a little bit golden brown before I toss it around. So my ground beef and sausage are nice and gold. And it smells beautiful out here. I'm going to remove it off the heat. I'm going to get all the meat out of the pot into this bowl. And I'm going to set it aside. Now if there's any grease left over in the pot, I'm going to drain it well, because you don't want a greasy dish. So I've got everything out of the pot. Now I'm just going to cover it up, and I'm going to set it aside. And I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And I'm going to add my onions. I have 1 medium onion, finely chopped. You know that I love all my ingredients to release their flavor. I'm going to move it around until it gets slightly translucent. So my onions are slightly translucent. They smell delicious. Now I'm going to add my garlic. I've got 4 large garlic cloves, finely minced. I'm going to give the garlic about 1 minute. And I'm going to add my tomato paste. I have 3 tablespoons. I'm going to move them around with the garlic and the onions so they can come in together beautifully. So the minute is up. Now I'm going to add 1 can, 15 ounces of crushed tomatoes. And I'm going to add 1 can, 14.5 ounces of diced tomatoes. I like texture. That's why I add the diced tomatoes. I'm going to add just a little more pepper. And now I'm going to add my broth. I have 7 cups of chicken broth. And there it goes. I made that with better than bouillon chicken flavor because it's neutral and it goes beautifully in here. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of oregano. Ooh, this is going to be good. I have 1.5 teaspoons of dried basil. 1 teaspoon of dried thyme leaves. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. This will give it a nice kick. You can leave it out if you don't want a kick. And I'm going to add 1 pinch of fennel seeds. Just a pinch like this. Ooh, that's going to be delicious. Now I'm going to move all this around. I've got my heat set on medium, and I'm going to wait until it comes up to a nice boil. So while I wait for this mixture to come up to a boil, I'm going to break my lasagna sheets. And I'm going to be using 8 lasagna sheets. And I'm going to break them up into bite-sized pieces. You can break them any size you want. But I don't want real big clunky pieces in here. And you know, there's nothing better than easy dishes. And this is an easy dish. And you close your eyes and you eat this soup, you'll think it's just regular lasagna. It's that good. All in one pot. Everything has come up to a boil in the pot. Now I'm going to lower the temperature down. I want a low boil, and I'm going to add my pasta in the pot. Now I'm going to stir it and I'm going to let it cook between 10 and 15 minutes. You want it nice and tender. You don't want to overcook your pasta, so you want to keep an eye on it. Now you do want to come and give it a stir every now and then because you don't want your pasta to stick. I'm going to replace my lid and I'm going to leave it open just a little bit like this. And I'm going to keep an eye on it. And I'm going to continue tasting it as I go along. This is when you want to make your adjustments. A little more salt, a little more pepper, a little more basil, until it's just perfect the way you like it. So while the pasta is cooking on the stove, I'm going to prepare my delicious ricotta topping. I've got 10 ounces of ricotta cheese right here. And I'm going to add half a cup of freshly grated mozzarella cheese. You want to use the freshly grated one because it's always so soft and just tastes delicious. And I'm going to add 1/4 cup of freshly grated parmesan cheese. And I'm going to mix it all up together. Ooh, this is going to be so good when you top your soup with it. Now you can add a little chopped basil in here or parsley to give it a little color if you want. I'm going to mix it just like this. I'm going to add just a little pepper. That's good. And just a pinch of salt. Now I'm going to mix it all together. I've got it mixed really well. Now I'm going to cover it up and I'm going to keep it nice and cool until I'm ready to use it. So my pasta has been cooking for about 10 minutes. It still has a few minutes to go. It's at this time that I'm going to add my ground beef and sausage. I like to wait to the end because I don't like to overcook the meat. Now I'm just going to stir it in. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. I'm going to set it in place. I'm going to replace the lid and leave it open just a little bit, and I'm going to let it continue cooking until the time is up. You want to check your pasta and make sure it's cooked just the way you like it. I'm going to turn off the heat and we're ready to serve. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Now, if you want your lasagna soup a little soupier, you can always add a little bit more broth. And if you want to cook your pasta a little longer, you can do that too. Oh, yum. Now the ricotta cheese. I'm going to put a nice big dollop of this ricotta cheese right on top because it's delicious. And I've got some fresh basil leaves. I'm just going to tear a few leaves right on top. Look at that. Now I'm going to be serving this with a salad, just a light salad. You know, a cold salad just goes so good with lasagna soup. And I'm going to add just a little store-bought Italian dressing. It's easy to make, but this is so much easier. And I'm going to serve it with garlic bread. This is store-bought garlic bread. Very easy. You've got a quick dinner right here. Yum. Ooh, this is nice and hot. Mmm. I'm going to dip my bread in here. Look at this cheesy ricotta. And now a good gulp of squirt. Oh my goodness. I give this a 10 plus or more. This is my wonderful lasagna soup. If you like my recipe, give me a thumbs up, send me a comment, and tell me how you make yours. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you.